Hi, I'm Scott Perdue, and today on FlyWire we're going to explore Aileron Rolls and Loops in a T6 Texan, the World War II trainer that taught thousands of pilots to fly. And we're going to explore a little bit of the quirks about how to do an aileron roll in general, but specifically for a T6, and the same thing for a loop. There's a couple of things that you want to pay attention to. So it's a lot of fun, and I think you can have a good time, so let's go check it out. So let's talk about doing an aileron roll, and then we'll talk a little bit about a loop. First thing we're going to try is an aileron roll. About 140 I like. The airplane seems to respond pretty well. You can do an aileron roll much slower than that, but for our purposes today, we're going to use 140. We're flying miles an hour in this airplane. So do you have to dive to get your airspeed, or do you have it already with power? Now the other thing I like to do is I have two power settings, either climb power or cruise power. Climb power is 2,000 RPM and 30 inches of manifold pressure, but the issue there is now we're going to have more torque effect when we get really slow over the top in the loop in particular. You get less torque effect, less energy put into the airplane with cruise power, but it just seems to work real well. So I like to use cruise power most of the time, which is 1850 RPM and 26 inches of manifold pressure. So, all right, here we are. We've cleared the area. There's nobody that we're gonna affect, or they're gonna affect us, and we're at 140 knots, 140 miles an hour, sorry. I'm gonna pull the nose up to about 15 degrees, and the reason I do that is any airplane, I don't care how fast it will roll, the nose will drop during an aileron roll, and we don't want the nose to drop too much. This airplane, nose drops about 30 degrees, so I'm gonna pull it up to about 15 degrees, and then I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna pop it. Stop by popping the stick forward to just forward to neutral to unload it a little bit. I want to unload it because if I don't unload it, then I'm going to barrel the nose around the axis of the roll all the way throughout the roll. We're not doing a barrel roll. It's a whole different technique. We're doing an aileron roll. So we're going to want to stop and pin that axis. 15 degrees, pop a stick forward, and then it's full left aileron, full left rudder, and we're going to roll it around, all the way around like this. And the nose is going to drop coming through the vertical, and as we come through the other side, we're going to level the wings and then recover from the nose low, the dive, to level, and we've done an aileron roll. Woohoo! It is so fun. A right aileron roll, same sort of drill. 15 degrees up, pop the stick to stop it, and then right aileron, right rudder, roll it all the way around. The nose will drop to the horizon, about here up with your wings upside down, and you're inverted. And then about 15 degrees nose low, recover from the dive. You have accomplished an aileron roll. Fantastic rolling airplane, either direction. Now we're going to do a loop. So how do we do a loop? Well, we're not going to have enough energy with just cruise power or even climb power. We want about 175 for this. So we're going to have to establish a dive to get 175. I like to use 4 Gs to do the loop. You can do it at 3. But you have to finesse the over the top a little bit. I like it at 4. So what's the onset rate? That's the big thing right there is do we do a brake turn like we're fighting air to air or something like that? No. We do about an onset rate of about 2 to 3 seconds, 2 to 3 potatoes to get to 4 Gs. And then we just track our reference line. It's good to have a big long road or something like that, or a big feature out there that we can watch for our reference and start tracking up. And then as we hit about the 45 line, we're looking up like this, and all we see is a bunch of sky. Doesn't do us much good, so what I'm gonna do is look down the wing line. Most of the time I'm gonna look left, but today I'm looking right because you're there. So I'm gonna look right, and I'm gonna reference now that 45 line across the horizon, watch that, how it's going, and I can usually track and see which way I'm going like this. Somewhere about 60 degrees or so, nose up, I'm going to add a little bit of right rudder, a little bit of right rudder pressure to counter the torque effects. Works best in this airplane. Got to try it out. Every airplane's a little bit different. So then as I start to come over here, I'm going to stop. I've looked at the horizon. How are my wings? Am I doing this? Am I tracking left or right? Do I need to add or subtract rudder? And I'm going to look back over my head, back over like this, and I'm looking for that reference, pick up that reference line, inverted like this. As I get inverted, I want to unload the stick just a little bit. And the reason I want to do that is if I unload it too much, well, the airplane will do a Lamschavak, and that's not a lot of fun. but I don't want to pull too much because then it looks like a cursive L and it truncates the loop. I want to prolong the loop and make it more rounded top, so I unload just a little bit. And then coming down this way, again, I'm checking my orientation with my reference line, see how things are going there. And then as I pick up the line here, I'm starting to add in more G's again. Been pretty light up here. Now I'm going to add in back to the 4 G's again, and then level off at my starting altitude, hopefully, my starting energy, and right along my reference line, ba-boom, maybe I hit my wake, and I've done a hell of a loop, and it was a heck of a lot of fun. So let's go try it.
The training I got the last couple of days has been a real eye-opener for me. I've learned what this airplane can do, what it's capable of, and how docile it is during the aerobatic maneuvers. So I'm pretty impressed with its capabilities. It's been fun.
So there you have loops, Aileron loops and rolls in a T6, the World War II trainer. Taught thousands of pilots to fly. It's a hoot, and I thoroughly suggest that you go out and get some training yourself in an aerobatic airplane. If you're a pilot, it makes you a better pilot. If you're a passenger, it's just better than going to a park and having fun on a roller coaster or something like that. Just a lot more rewarding. See the sky and the ground and all that looping around you. So thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe, and we'll see you next time on FlyWire.